Good afternoon and welcome to a blustery Worthington ball fields here in Parkersburg. Larry Allen softball field as we're getting ready for some Mountain State Athletic Conference softball as the Parkersburg Big Reds 0-2 on the season have their home opener against the 1-3 Capital Cougars. My name is Brian Guthrie alongside my man Macho Bobby Roberts, and got you some wind, Bobby. I hope you like wind.
Brian, I challenged you to not use the word blustery.
Wasn't going to happen.
And you opened the door with it. But here we are.
Challenge failed. All right, cool. PHS has been working feverishly through the day as they did not have the field tarp last night when the storm rolled through. So doing their best to get the field dried out. Looks like we might have a little bit of a sloppy track, but they've done the wind is helping too, having 20-mile-an-hour winds dry the dirt out pretty
And
good.
let's give credit where credit is due. Mike Allen came in here. He was in here early. Chris Way, the athletic director, was in here at 9 a.m. working a rake, trying to get this field ready to go for the Big Reds home opener. And here we are. It's going down. It's about to happen. It's go time, Brian.
So PHS, as I mentioned, have opened the season 0-2 with a couple of losses, and now I can't find my
all I know is
schedule. There it is. Dropped road games over the weekend, 12-1 at Hurricane and 6-5 at George Washington.
And from what I've heard, Hurricane's a tough place to win.
It is. It
period.
is. Yeah.
And both of these teams have lost to Hurricane. They have a common opponent in Hurricane. Both took the L. Parkersburg bounced back with a competitive effort against George Washington, took a tough loss, but first-year coach Erica Cameron says they're coming out here to get their first victory tonight, and I hope we get to see it, Brian.
Capital opened their season on the 19th at Nitro, an 8-2 loss there. They picked up their only win of the season thus far against Huntington St. Joseph's, a 22-10 beating of the Irish there. Then back-to-back losses, 4-3 to Oak Hill in the Capital's home opener, and then, as you mentioned, a very good Hurricane team got the 15-0 loss there. So 1-3 are the Cougars, 0-2 are the Big Reds as the lineup's getting announced. I believe that's Matt Kimes on the PA this evening with his daughter, one of the PHS players, shortstop Kendall Kimes.
Head football coach doing double duty tonight as the PA announcer for the Big Reds, and what a great program he's building up there at Parkersburg High School. He's got them back on the map, and I'm excited to see this softball team tonight. We called a couple games last year, Brian, and we saw that Kendall Kimes is a nice softball player.
Yes. Also, worth noting, the transfer portal hit the Big Reds as Kylie Conley, their ace pitcher and one of the big bats in the lineup, she's playing for South now.
Imagine
so
that.
she is not out there. Camila Cooper, number 12, is on the mound for the Big Reds I keep saying on the mound. In the circle for the Big Reds this evening. The PHS lineup, Bryn Fry behind the plate. As I said, Camila Cooper in the circle. Addie Cameron in left, Krista Durkin at first, Shelby Mercer at center, Kendall Kimes at short, JoJo Wilson at third, Gabby Dennis at second, Sydney Davis is the designated player, and Annie Lowe is in right. Capital's pitcher, Faithy Hall, will be the first hitter, and she had a pretty good night against Huntington St. Joe in their 22-10 win, the only win they have on the season, 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. So she is a good leadoff player for the Cougars.
Brian, I'll tell you what, the wind just died down. It is so calm and peaceful out here right now. And as I say that, here it comes back.
And who's our umps for tonight, did you say?
Our umpires tonight behind the plate, Big John Gearhart, and on the bases, Bob Carr.
So we'll have Faithy Hall step into the box to lead things off against Cooper. Our first batter of the evening here, Larry Allen softball field, the home opener for the Big Reds. She'll watch ball 1.
Just a bit outside.
And do you have those stat sheets I laid?
Brian, I do not, my friend. There you go. Right there. You pull them right out of there. Hey, it's tough go out here in the outfield with the wind blowing here. It's hard to hold on to these papers. I've lost every clipboard I've owned, and we're out here chasing leaves in the wind. So
right down the pipe for strike 1. So 1-1 here to Hall. She will foul that one away down the first base line. According to my Max Prep stats, Faithy Hall is hitting .333 on the season.
And starting on the mound, so that's a good leadoff batter for your team here. See if she can get something going. That one's inside.
Inside, 2-2. Let's see if we've got any pitching.
And again, on the mound, Camilla Cooper, sophomore. Is that right, Brian?
Oh, that one will miss high and run the count full to 3-2. Cooper only, they have her listed as 1 appearance, 6 2/3 innings, a 1.05 ERA on the season. Payoff pitch from Cooper to Hall, here first batter of the game. And Hall will be aboard with a leadoff walk.
Boy, that flag up there, Brian.
She's a whipping.
She is stiff.
Next up will be Jaden Bishop, number 7. She is the catcher, battery mate for Hall, and follows her up in the lineup. Runner on first, nobody away here in the top of the first. And she will look at ball 1.
Bit outside, good secondary lead there by Faithy Hall. And catcher, who's our catcher down there tonight, Brian?
Bryn Fry.
Bryn Fry gave her a
Behind
look
the
right
dish.
there. And talking to Bryn Fry's father in there, that ball is high.
Pops straight up
It-
into short left, and that one will be caught for out number 1.
And played well by Shelby Mercer. And it is going to be tough sledding out here for these
I
outfielders.
think that was Addie Cameron. Was that 20? No, 16.
16,
Shelby.
number 16, Shelby
Okay,
Mercer.
all right, you got
And
it
I
right.
tell you, when that ball gets up in the air today, it is going to be an adventure. Nicely played by the left fielder.
So Ella Sadowski,
Throw down to second.
Hall goes for second, and she's going to be thrown out, caught stealing.
Very nice throw from the catcher. Bob Carr slides in, makes the call, and punches her out.
So a quick 2 outs.
Excellent work there by the catcher. The ball was not caught cleanly, but she picked it up cleanly, barehanded, and fired down to second base and recorded the second out of the inning. Excellent play by the catcher right there.
What was the pitch? It was ball. Okay.
It was
So,
a ball not cleanly caught, bounced out of the glove, but she picked it up, recovered, and made an excellent throw down to second base. Good play there by the catcher.
so first baseman Ella Sadowski stands in there now with 2 outs and a 2-ball, no-strike count. Sadowski hitting .273 coming into this game.
Camilla Cooper struggling there a little bit with the command, but there is a lot of wind going on right now,
Yeah.
Brian. And not only is it affecting us out here in the booth, it's definitely affecting the players.
Booth,
on the field.
nothing. We're standing at a table.
I was
You're trying to class it up for the
I was-
folks. Yeah.
quit trying to church it up, Dirt.
It's taken the whole way for strike 1, 3-1. There's a nice shot there from behind home plate. It just switched off.
We did have a tent, Brian, a little bit ago.
Yeah, we did have
I
a
don't
tent.
know where. it
Luckily, we took it down, and it's not rolling down Worthington Creek.
went. Not something we wanted to deal with during the game.
Nice pitch there from Cooper, and it's all full now, 3-2.
Good-looking backstop they got there with the Big Red Indians on it here at Larry Allen Field, Larry Allen softball field.
That one drilled down the first base line. That's going to be in.
Not fielded clean by the right fielder. That is going to be a stand-up double for Ella Sadowski.
Yep.
Ella Sadowski looks like she might play some basketball in her career. So that's a tall young lady out there.
That'll bring up Amaya Robinson, center fielder. Trying to see who was over. I think that was Annie Lowe over in right, fielding that ball for the Big Reds. Yep, Sadowski will stand at second with 2 away. And Robinson will take ball 1.
Camilla Cooper with a little bit of pepper on that pitch.
Thought she was going to get out of this inning pretty easily after that leadoff walk. And then a pop-up and a caught stealing, and then a double laced down the right field line.
And with this wind, Brian, blowing from third base towards first base, very stern wind here, and it's forcing some of these pitches high and outside where and Camilla Cooper has done a good job keeping the ball in the zone. However, this wind is going to be quite the challenge for not only the pitchers but these outfielders as well tonight.
Lights are already on here at the Worthington Ball Fields. Big swing and a miss.
That one was in the zone, Brian.
2-1. Two-away runner at second here in the top of the first. Big swing and a miss. Evens it up at 2-2.
Now here with a runner in scoring position, Maya Robinson desperately wants to put this ball in play, preferably to the right side of the infield.
Oh, caught on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and that is how the top of the first will end. Runner stranded at second. We'll go to the bottom of the first and see the Big Reds for the first time as you watch high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Hot looking.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
I loved my education. It was wonderful, but there's nothing like being at the table. There's nothing like putting that set of plans together, learning from the people around you who've been doing it, and being immersed in actually seeing a product come to life. And never really treated like an intern. I was treated as a part of the team, and I fell in love with it.
Explore your future with the firm of First Choice at thethrashergroup.com.
Here at Worthington Field, getting ready for the bottom of the first. Capital left a runner at second, and we'll see Faithy Hall, in the circle for the Cougars to pitch. And on the top of the PHS order has catcher Bryn Fry stepping in.
A very windy Larry Allen Field here at Worthington Ball Fields.
If I can get my paper to stop moving. I don't have Bryn with a batting average. So there's that.
Right.
Hall's first offering. Fry wanted to pull the trigger but didn't.
Little riser there. That ball started in the zone, finished a little bit high, and Bryn Fry showed good eye and let it pass by.
That one fouled away just off the tip of the bat. 1-1. Let's see if I can have any pitching stats here for Faithy Hall. Fry will watch that one come in. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And I do apologize for the lull in the commentary area. It's hard to reference stats when these papers are just trying to blow over into the creek.
Listen, man, you can just stand here and listen to the wind blow. There,
And
Fry
that
has got
ball-
under that one, and that's headed towards center.
And that is trouble.
In and out of the glove.
Center fielder bobbles the ball, had the glove on it, and Bryn Fry looking for third, slides in safely.
Robinson couldn't get the glove on it, and Fry has a leadoff triple for the Big Reds.
That is a leadoff triple. Excellent effort by the center fielder to get back on it, got some glove on it, but boy, this wind is unpredictable right now, blowing very hard out to right field, but it definitely carried that ball towards the right center field fence, and Bryn Fry has a leadoff triple to start the game for the Big Reds.
So that'll bring up Addie Cameron,
who fouls off the first pitch into the screen. And that'll make the count 0-1.
Cameron hitting .667 here in this young season, just 2 games in. Runner on third, nobody out for the Big Reds here in the home half of the first.
Now, Brian,
am
am I to assume that Addie Cameron is potentially the daughter of head coach Erica Cameron?
I believe that would be
the first-year Big Reds head coach, wife of Chris Cameron, who I played a little bit of ball with in my day.
1-1. Swing and fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And this is a situation here where put the ball in play, start the game off with a one-run lead
push one
in
across.
the first inning.
Missed way high with that one.
Little high, Brian. It was a little high.
That was a little high. 2-2. Center fielder Addie Cameron swings and fouls that one into the fence. Stay at 2-2.
And the weather has turned out to be fairly decent here this evening, Brian. Not as cold as I thought it was going to be.
Cameron fouls that one away. She's just missing these. She's fouling them straight back.
And she is
got it
hanging
timed
tight.
up.
She is hanging tight in there. And we'll see what our pitcher here, Faithy Hall, she answers back with here, because like you said, Addie Cameron is on it. Low and away, ball trickles away.
So now full count with a runner at third. Runners on the corners are never good for you because that's basically inviting a stolen base.
You see the third baseman there playing up tight, even with the bag.
Cameron
ball's
drills that
ripped.
one right back up the box. It'll get Fry across, and it's 1-0 Parkersburg.
And that is a great start for these Big Reds. Coming in at 0-2. Leadoff hitter starts with a triple. Addie Cameron hangs in there, fouls off several pitches. You could tell that she was right on it, Brian, because you said she was fouling them straight back. And boy, she squared that one up and ripped it right up the middle for an RBI single.
That'll bring up first baseman Krista Durkin, and she will take strike one. Behind the plate, Jaden Bishop trying to keep an eye on Addie Cameron there at first. As she saw her pop up out of the box there.
Krista Durkin rips one to center, and that ball's off the glove of the center fielder. It's going to trickle towards the fence.
Johnson couldn't bring that one in. Cameron headed for third. Durkin into second, and runners at second and third with nobody out here in the first for the Big Reds.
And you can see some disappointment on the face of Jaden Bishop there, the center fielder. But let me remind you, this wind is vicious out here today.
Robinson's the center fielder.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Maya Robinson, the center fielder there. And this is, it's going to be tough sledding out here for all these outfielders. And unfortunately for her, she's had two hard hit balls right at her. And she's got leather on both of them, but has yet to make the play.
Left fielder Shelby Mercer fouls that one straight back for 0-1.
Cameron on third, Durkin on second. Shelby Mercer at the plate.
Fouls off that one, 0-2.
And again, this wind, not only for the pitchers, but boy, for these outfielders, it makes things difficult out here.
That one will be slapped down the first base line.
And that ball
it's
looks
in play.
fair.
It is fair. 1 run in, 2 runs in.
And
Mercer goes to second, and it is 3-0 PHS.
And that's a double for Shelby Mercer. Not necessarily a hard hit ball, but well placed. Couldn't be played by the first baseman. Scores 2 runs, 2 RBIs for Shelby Mercer. What a start for these Big Reds. And here comes number 1, the football coach's daughter, Kendall Kimes.
Runner at second, still nobody out here in the home half of the first for the Big Reds.
Big secondary lead there for Shelby Mercer.
That one's going to miss for ball 1. Faithy Hall in a world of trouble here in the first, as it is a thin bench for Capital. Mercer getting it almost halfway to third.
Yeah, she's getting a good, substantial secondary lead there, so look for her to take off anytime this ball hits the dirt.
Kimes will lift that one to short left. That will be caught for the first out, and the runner will hold at second.
Well played there by Carolyn Slater, the left fielder for Capital Cougars, and that will keep Shelby Mercer at second base, and that's 1 down here in the first inning.
We'll bring up JoJo Wilson. She's the third baseman. JoJo hitting pretty well here in the early going of this season. Somewhere I have that written down. Of course, I can't find it as my papers are all over the place.
It's probably on one of those sheets that blew into the creek a little bit ago. I don't know who's got it rougher out here, Brian. The players or us?
I'm sure it's us. There should be more sympathy towards us, I
There
believe.
definitely should be some hazard pay involved.
1-1 to Wilson. She will take a big cut and miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away, runner at second is Shelby Mercer. 3 runs already across for the Big Reds. That one will miss low. Mercer headed for third. Throw is offline, and she is in there safely.
Good job there by left fielder Carolyn Slater there, backing up on the throw to third and keeping that runner at third base.
JoJo Wilson now with a runner at third and 1 away. And takes that one just high. She was bracing herself to get punched out there, but missed just a little high.
Again, the man behind the plate, John Gearhart, with a discerning eye.
3-2. And she will collect the walk and go to first. Runners at the corners now for second baseman Gabby Dennis.
Oh, and
Did she just try to take second?
She tried to take second base. I turned my head. I was trying to see how many outs there were.
I did too.
She tried to take now I know there's 2 outs, Brian.
Yeah, there is 2 outs.
And,
Wilson rounded first and White for second, and they caught her getting a little aggressive.
And a good heads-up play by the Capital Cougars.
So that's 2 away. For, as I mentioned, Gabby Dennis stands in for her first time at the dish. That one will go behind her. Mercer will stay put at third.
She gave it a look. She got down the line there a little bit, but that ball didn't trickle away too far, so she decided safely, let's just stay here at third and see if Gabby Dennis can put the ball in play and get another run across here with 2 outs for the Big Reds.
Hill did not miss by much with that one, so
Looked
2
good.
balls.
Looked good from here,
Looked good
Brian.
from center field. 2 balls, no strikes.
Must have been just a little bit off the corner outside. And
that one does catch the outside corner right at the knees. 2-1. Dennis puts that one in play off the first baseman, and that will bring Mercer home. It is 4-0 PHS with an RBI single.
That ball was smoked off the first baseman's glove. That would be Ella Sadowski over there, I believe. Boy, that ball was smoked. She got a glove on it, but not enough to bring it in and get the out. That scores a run. RBI for Gabby Dennis.
That'll be designated player number 6, Sydney Davis, coming to the plate. And now we've got third baseman for Capital coming off the field. Looking at her left finger. Not real sure what we're doing. If it's
Questionable situation here. Not sure what happened there. Not sure when she could have been injured. I see a little bit of action going on there in the dugout, but now here comes the trainer, Mackenzie Rice, the Big Ridge trainer, meets her over in the dugout to see if we can figure out what's going on.
not
here.
sure.
Questionable thing. What's the score, Brian? 2-0, 3-0. 3-0 Big Reds.
It's 4-0 Big Reds.
4-0 Big Reds. 2 outs, bottom of the first. And a phantom injury here. Has there been any plays at third? I don't recall having a.
Mercer stole third, and
There was a throw down to third that got through to the left fielder.
I'm not entirely sure, but it was their addressing. It looked like the
And here comes
a finger on her left hand, maybe, in her glove.
Is that the same player, or is that a substitution coming in?
It was
there?
10 that went off, and 10 comes back in.
10
so
comes back in. All right.
tape it up, rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, let's just hope she's okay. I assume that's what they did. Threw a little tape on it, rubbed a little dirt on it, and here we go. Back to the action.
2 away, runner at first.
Sydney Davis at the plate.
Davis will take ball 1. Gabby Dennis, the big red at first. High for 2 balls and no strikes.
I'm having a hard time here keeping track of I can't see the scoreboard, and I'm trying to be attentive here.
Swing and a miss for Davis for strike 1. And Bob, we've seen 2 balls at least hit to deep center that were tricky plays for the center fielder Johnson for Capital, and you wonder how much the wind has played into that, as that one is going to be fouled down the first base line.
This wind is blowing hard from third base to first base, so anything in the air from second base over to the right is going to have a chance, and it's going to be trouble for the outfielders, especially this center fielder, where she's had 2 very difficult plays to contend with.
That one's going to be popped straight back out of play.
And there's so much ground out there to cover for that center fielder. When a ball appears to be hit to left center field, it's going to end up clear over in right center field due to this wind.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled back away.
Again, Brian, when they start fouling them straight back into the screen, you know
Got
they're
you
dialed
timed up.
on it.
Yep. Sydney Davis listed as 1 for 3 on the season. They must be missing a game here because they only have, I think, 1 game listed in their stats. Young season, stats kind of don't matter right now.
And
that
another
one
one
right into center, and it is going to drop in front of Johnson. Dennis will go into second, and Davis is aboard with a 2-out single.
And again, just like we said, when they start fouling them back into the screen, you know they got them timed up. And she squared that one up, hit it right back up the middle. Little soft liner into center field, dropped in front of number 2, Amaya Robinson, who's been very busy in this first inning.
Camilla Cooper, the pitcher, will be the 9th batter at the plate for the Big Reds here in the bottom of the first here, leading 4-0. Right down the pipe, but just missed high, ball 1. Slapped at the Capital dugout.
Just off the end cap there. That thing looked like a cue ball, had all kinds of English on it, spun off there, and just finished up foul.
Cooper trying to extend the lead that she will get to protect. That one is low and in the dirt.
Big secondary lead there by Gabby Dennis. She was halfway there. She may as well just went the rest of the way.
Yeah, runners thought about going, but backed off. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Called strike on the outside corner.
Camilla Cooper, the pitcher here, seeing if she can help out her own situation. 2 runners out there, 1 in scoring position, 2 strikes.
That one's going to be slapped towards second. Should be an easy scoop over to first, and the inning comes to an end, but the damage is done. PHS plates 4, and they'll go to the top of the second, leading 4-0 over Capital. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over today? You drove right past JR's Donut Castle and did not stop. You should go in and get some pastries and some donuts and maybe a pepperoni roll or something.
Your donut.
What? No, I'm not.
You're clearly a donut.
Nope, not a donut. Thank you for your cooperation. You have a good day.
What just happened?
Slam into spring with the smackdown of savings at Go-Mart. Are you ready? Now through the end of April, Slim Jim and C4 are pairing up as the ultimate tag team to deliver bonus rewards points. Each purchase of a specially marked item earns you a Powerbomb token. Collect all 5 tokens to be named the heavyweight champion and score 2,500 bonus reward points. So step into the ring and lay the smackdown on savings. Download the Go-Mart app and start earning today.
Back here at Larry Allen softball field, Worthington ball fields. Brian Guthrie and Macho Bobby Roberts getting ready for the top of the second. 4-0 PHS with a big lead here after the home half of the first, and just kind of whittling away, just taking your time, getting a good bat on the ball, and putting it into play.
And you got to be macho out here to withstand these conditions, because it is. I said I wouldn't use the word blustery, but
you
it's
said
blustery.
you said I shouldn't use the word blustery.
Shouldn't you?
You did not put that limitation on yourself.
I was trying to save it for myself, because it is blustery out here. It's windy, tough conditions for not only ball players but for commentators. You seen there in the first inning, center fielder for Capital had trouble with a couple balls, made a couple decent plays to get leather on it, but this wind is creating havoc out here.
Second baseman Reese Laverne will. It's either Laverne or Lovern. She will take 2 big cuts and be down 0-2 here to Camilla Cooper right out of the gate here in the top of the second.
And that's the way to get ahead in the count there by Camilla Cooper. Throw the ball in the zone, make them put it in play. You got a 4-run lead. That's all you got to do. And
3 pitches, 3 strikes, and down goes Laverne as the second strikeout of the afternoon.
And in comes the infield to congratulate their pitcher and say, great job, do some more of that.
Number 8, right fielder Eliza Clark, next up for the Cougars.
The lefty.
I was going to say one of the few lefties in the lineup here. She will get that one off the hands of the bat, and it'll roll foul, strike 1.
And that's got to be a tough thing to deal with today. Hit it off the handle or off the end of the bat.
That's going to sting.
That's going to sting the hands just a little bit. It's got to be around 55 degrees, potentially 60 out here, but boy, the wind really cuts that down 10 or so degrees. And
Cooper misses low with that one, 1-1.
And Camilla Cooper doing a good job starting out the game, keeping the ball in the zone as much as possible, battling tough conditions. That one's just a bit high, it looked like.
Yep, Clark takes that one across the letters for strike 1.
Oh, he called it a strike.
Yeah, he did.
That was a delayed.
Or strike 2, I'm sorry, 1 and 2.
That was a delayed strike call there by John Gearhart.
That one ripped towards third, but foul.
And Reese Laverne just a little bit behind these things.
This is Eliza Clark.
Eliza Clark, I apologize. There's the Capital fan.
And punched out looking is Clark.
Look, and here come the Big Reds in again, congratulating their pitcher. 2 strikeouts in a row.
3 if you go back to the first. So Cooper is cooking. Let her cook in the circle. Katie Crowder will come in to bat next for the Cougars.
Let her cook.
High and away for ball 1.
Again, you got to wonder how much this wind affects the pitches coming in there. You see, when she misses, she's missing high and outside to right-handed batters. So
that one off the plate for ball 2.
Just off the edge. Good eye there by Katie Crowder. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top 1.
Capital set to play Charleston Catholic at home tomorrow. If I could find my Big Red schedule.
They can only hope for a little more favorable playing conditions.
I would hope so. Two balls and 1 strike. And make it 3-1 as that one kind of skips in. PHS scheduled to play on Wednesday right back here against South Charleston.
When's the first matchup with Parkersburg South for these Big Reds, Brian? Do you have any
I believe that is the 10th.
All right. I'm looking forward.
We will be here for that game.
I am looking forward to that one.
3 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 away as Cooper's trying to retire the Cougars in order here. Fouled back. Crowder stays alive.
And again, Camilla Cooper doing a good job staying in the zone and giving these Capital Cougars the opportunity to hit the ball. And of course, the Big Red fielders have not had much action this inning with the 2 strikeouts, but Camilla Cooper doing the job inside the circle, high and away.
And that will be her second walk of the game as Crowder heads down to first. That'll bring up Carolyn Slater, the left fielder.
Another lefty, Brian.
Cooper to Fry. Fry with a snap throw down to first. Bob Carr down there making the call safe.
Bryn Fry showing a little arm strength firing that ball down there.
That's hard to do, that snap throw to first with a left-handed batter in there.
She put that
throw
right
around him.
She put that right on the bag as well.
Slater fought that one off. That was up in her kitchen and fouled it away.
That was self-defense, Brian. That was self-defense, and that makes the count
1-1. Nice pitch laced in there for strike 2.
Well placed there, just right at the knees. A little sinker ball came into the knees, dropped in just below, and John Gearhart says strike 2.
Throwaway pitch there on 1 and 2, so 2 and 2 now.
A little low there. Bryn Fry looking spry behind that plate. The coach there said that Bryn Fry doesn't necessarily enjoy catching, but boy, she's very good behind the plate.
2 and 2.
There it is.
Called strike 3. 3 strikeouts in 4 batters for Camila Cooper, and nothing doing for the Cougars in the top of the second. PHS coming to the plate up 4-0. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
Spring forward into a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Refresh your ride this season with one of our newly redesigned luxury SUVs. Here we have the 2025 Terrain Elevation and the 2025 Denali Acadia. Each are equipped with top-tier technology and a ton of storage. Now, huge discounts on all our 2024 models. Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here. The Big Reds leading Capital. Brian Guthrie, Bobby Roberts here standing out in left center, braving the wind. Getting kind of chilly. Back to the top of the order for the Big Reds. It is catcher Bryn Fry who led the home half of the first off with a triple. See what she does in her second at-bat as she takes strike 1.
And you got to think these Big Reds' confidence is just growing after a big 4-run first inning and then a good 2 innings of defense here against the Capital Cougars. Big Reds got to be feeling good here. Let's see what they can do here in the top of the the bottom of the second, I say.
Faithy Hall laces that one in there for strike 2. Hall had to face all 9 Big Reds in the bottom of the first. So now, all right, I've seen everybody once.
It's always a good thing for your homestanding Big Reds to run through the lineup in the first inning. And Bryn Fry seeing her second at bat in the second inning. And that ball's hit well to center field.
And this time Robinson will make the catch for out number 1.
And that's got to feel good for her. After misplaying, I wouldn't say misplaying a couple balls.
It just got away from her.
They were well hit, and the wind carried it, but well played there by number 2. Maya Robinson. Yeah, well played there. That's got to feel good for her. Now she's back in the ball game.
Addie Cameron stands in there. She singled in the first run for the Big Reds. This time grounds to short, but muffed there, and Cameron is aboard on an error.
And that would be Katie Crowder there at shortstop, who had a good first step towards the ball, but sharply hit, tough to field there. I don't know if I'd call that a base hit. I'd probably call that.
Yeah, that's an error.
That's going to be an error in my
That'll
book.
bring up Krista Durkin. She doubled her first time up last inning. She's got a runner at first and one away, and that one well high by Faithy Hall. It's hard to, especially on a day like this, you know, when you're a position player, you got to be ready at a moment's notice, but you're just kind of standing there getting cold, and now the ball's right at you, and you've got to react to it.
Yeah, and you know, as warm as it is, and there's a
Throw down
that
to
goes
first,
into
but
right
it gets
field.
through, and Cameron is going to take second on the pickoff attempt. Catcher Jaden Bishop tried to catch Cameron leading off first, and would have been in time. I think they would have got her, but they just couldn't corral the ball down at first is Sadowski.
Yeah, a little errant throw. It was a little bit low, had a little bit of sauce on it. Tough to field there for the first baseman.
So Durkin now with a runner at second.
And there's a nice pitch.
Strike called.
Belt high, outside corner. Well placed there.
1 ball, 2 strikes
by Faithy Hall.
On Krista Durkin.
1 out.
Durkin right up the middle and will get through. Cameron will round third, headed for home, and she is across. It's 5-0 Big Reds.
And there's an ill-advised throw to the plate from the center fielder, and that just gives Kristen Durkin second base. So you take that runner that should have been at first base, put him in scoring position. Ill-advised throw there by the center fielder.
Robinson not having a great day out here in the field thus far. Shelby Mercer will come to the plate. She doubled home 2 runs in the first, and now has Krista Durkin standing at second with 1 away. 5-0 Big Reds here in the second.
And you can just feel the confidence growing, Brian. Their first pitch swinging by Shelby Mercer. They're ready to hit this ball, get it in play, and get more runs across, end this game early, and get us in out of these conditions.
Poor us.
Poor us.
That one lifted straight up and back out of play. Head over the concession stand, watch the popcorn.
Do they have concessions here, Brian?
Oh yeah. I don't see it open is I think maybe the problem. Well, I can't see. Sometimes it's that window right there, but sometimes they go around the side that red awning is.
Tell you what, next time I show up here and you don't have Pete's, I'm going to be upset. That's high to center field.
Underneath of it is Robinson. She makes the catch for out number 2.
Go.
And holds Durkin at second.
And Amaya Robinson's confidence got to be growing out here in the outfield. She's playing this wind well. The last couple hit towards her. This is going to bring up the coach's daughter, Kendall Kimes.
Popped out her first time up.
And who's on second base? Is that Addie Cameron on second?
That is Krista Durkin
Krista
standing
Durkin
at second.
on second.
Kimes will take high for ball 1. Durkin halfway to third. Before they walk her back.
Another big secondary lead there.
Kimes rips that one down out of play.
Again, anything you can get lifted in the air on the right side of the field is going to be a tough play for the Capital Cougars defense, and that's where Kendall Kimes was looking.
Faithy Hall winds and fires. That one fouled down the first base line, too. Kimes behind on all these pitches going down the first base side.
Very aggressive, swinging away, though.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Kendall Kimes here. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, and she will go down with the first strikeout of the game from the Big Reds, and another run across. 5-0 Big Reds leading the Cougars. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
For every age and every stage of care, WVU Medicine Camden Clark is here to take care of your kids. Our board-certified pediatricians are now accepting new patients. From newborns and toddlers to teenagers, we've got your family covered. Plus, when sick days appear, our pediatric rapid care in South Parkersburg is open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And with my WVU chart, you can manage their care from the palm of your hand. WVU Medicine, Camden Clark Pediatrics. Here when you need us most.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Back here for the top of the third, it has been all Big Reds thus far. 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Cougars trying to get something going. Only 1 hit and 2 walks for the Cougars thus far in this game. And they'll lead things off here in the top of the third with third baseman Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, Camilla Cooper's really dealing this evening. You know, she struck out the side there in the second inning, and despite this wind blowing hard from third base to first base, when she misses high and outside, but she's keeping it in the zone and making it real tough on these Capital Cougars.
That went in at the feet of Johnson for ball 1.
And that's just about where you got to aim most of the time to keep this thing in the zone.
you gotta play the wind here.
little Kentucky windage.
That one high and away, 2-0. Sun's starting to peek out here a little bit as we close in on sunset. Lights have been on since the game started. Kind of overcast here, but the wind has not let up, which at the very least has let the field dry out some. Again, heavy rain last night.
There's a good comeback pitch there to get the count back to 2-1 for Camilla Cooper.
Heavy rain on an untarped field, and the PHS staff and players all working hard to get it playable. That one right down the pipe for strike 2.
Yeah, again, big shout out to Mike Allen. Big shout out to Parkersburg High School Athletic Director Chris Way. They were out here early in the morning, 9 a.m., raking the field, doing their best to get this thing playable. And here we are, Brian.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Johnson. Strikeout number 5 for Cooper.
And again, she is wheeling and dealing tonight.
She has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6 hitters she has faced. Back to the top of the order, it's pitcher Faithy Hall, who walked and was caught stealing back in the first.
5 out of the last 6 batter strikeouts. We would call that en fuego.
Would we? Would we call it that? That one, nice inside pitch for strike 1.
At least she's warm.
Yeah. She's cooking. Let her cook.
Let her cook.
Off-speed pitch from Cooper goes outside for ball 1.
So you know a little bit more about these pitches than I do. How many pitches do these high school pitchers throw? They got a fastball.
It depends on the pitcher. You can have as few as 2 or 3, as that one is swung and a miss for strike 2. You have 2 or 3. There's girls that have 5. There's girls just throw straight gas, like you were talking about.
Right.
The freshman at South. She just throws heat. Good luck catching it. Fouled away. Still 1 and 2.
And I'll tell you what, on a day like this, Brian, with this wind blowing the way it is, you as a pitcher, all you want to do is keep that ball in the zone. Get that ball in play and get this game over with as quickly as possible.
You know, if you feel good about your defense, you throw strikes, your defense will back you up.
Well, I'll tell you what, those strikeouts make your defense look really good. And that ball's fouled off the right down the first base line.
Still 1 and 2 here to Faithy Hall. Hall, just a sophomore.
Doing a good job extending this at bat and seeing a whole bunch of pitches here from Camilla Cooper.
That one fouled down the first base line.
And you just have not seen very many balls squared up by the Capital Cougars today.
No.
Even the ones that have been hit have not been sharply hit. Camilla Cooper doing a great job here inside the circle.
Hall worked herself a walk her first time up, But it has been 1-2 here for several pitches, and she will continue to stay alive at 1-2.
And you can see how she worked that walk in the first at bat there. She's done a good job fouling off some good pitches here and really challenging Camilla Cooper to say, bring one in here that I can rake, and we'll see what happens here. 2-2, 3-2.
1-2.
1-2.
There's ball 2. Tried to get her to chase something. No dice.
No, and this Faithy Hall, well, you can tell up there she's got a really discerning eye at the plate. She knows what to swing at, not to swing at. Good-looking ball player here for the Capital Cougars.
That one would be low and inside, and Hall has worked the count full.
She's seen several pitches here. She's seen everything that Camilla Cooper's got. So let's see if Camilla will come in here and challenge her. Let's see if she'll try to get Faithy Hall to chase something.
Hall will dribble that one towards second, misplayed, late throw, and is aboard with an error. It's Faithy Hall, an extended at bat, and she ends up standing down at first.
And this is, let's see who's playing second base here. That's is that JoJo Wilson?
Second should be Gabby Dennis.
Gabby Dennis, and I believe I talked to Erica Cameron over there, and this is her first adventure out there at second base. So let's hope she can pick up her confidence after that. That was a tough ball to play. It was
that had nothing on it.
It was a cue ball. It looked like it was spinning a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe came off the bat and had a little bit of right-handed spin towards the.
There was no urgency in that ball getting out to her. So instead of charging it, she waited for it to get there, and then it was too late to flip it across. So Jaden Bishop popped out her first time up. She is in there. 0-1, high and away for ball 1.
And again, those balls, those slower hit balls out there, that was Gabby Dennis there. And those balls that are hit slowly out there towards second base, those are the ones you really need to charge those and go up there and get that ball in front of the bag. Don't let it play you. And she'll grow and learn from that. No harm, no foul here. Runner at first. 1 out, right, Brian?
1 out, 2 balls, 1 strike to Jaden Bishop, the Cougar catcher. Now 3-1.
Now Camilla Cooper here struggling to find the zone. She's going to take a little walk around the circle here, take a little time, kick a little dirt.
We mentioned she struck out 5 of 6 before that last walk. There's a swing and a miss from Bishop.
And that ball there,
3-2.
That ball there came in about knee high, but boy, when it crossed the plate, it was down around the ankles.
3-2 to Bishop. Slapped foul.
And now Camilla Cooper's back in it. 3-2, right, Brian?
Yep. You don't want to give another walk here with 1 out. You don't want to give the Cougars any hope here.
Right here's right where you serve one up and make her put it in play. And
That's what she does, and drills it right up the middle. Hall will stay at second. Bishop aboard with a single, and 2 runners for the first time this afternoon for the Capital Cougars.
Well played there by Addie Cameron in center field. You know, she picked that up cleanly, got it back into second base quickly, and keep those runners at first and second.
Ella Sadowski, who doubled her first time up, now has a chance to get the Cougars back in this game trailing 5-0. First pitch swinging, and she'll lift that one into right. It is going to be caught. Runners will tag and advance, so a sacrifice fly for Sadowski moves the runners up.
And that looks like Annie Lowe in right field, number 8.
Yep.
Well played by Annie Lowe. That ball was high, and again, this wind plays havoc out there, and she got right under it, made the play, got it in quickly. Runners advance, however, 2 outs.
2 outs for Amaya Robinson, the center fielder, and she will foul off the first pitch thrown to her.
And boy, Amaya Robinson has been busy out here in center field.
She has.
Had a couple tough plays go off her glove, but she's made a couple good plays. Maybe an ill-advised throw in the second inning there, but it would feel good for her to drive in a couple runs and get her team back in this game right here.
Base hit should bring in 2, but she is now down 0-2 with 2 outs. Robinson hitting out of the 4-hole. Cooper trying to get out of the inning for the Big Reds. Ooh, that one just missed.
Just missed, just above the letters.
I don't know how you take that one. Wow. 1 and 2.
And that looked a little off speed there.
Yeah, it did.
She had a little bit of time to look at it. Maybe that helped her out a little bit. Boy, you
Oh,
can't
and
look at
caught
that.
the corner with that one and goes down watching. Another
Camilla.
strikeout for Camilla Cooper, and we'll go to the home half of the third. PHS leads Capital 5-0. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
Out with the old and in with the bold. Upgrade your ride and cruise into spring in style. Let's check out the 2025 all-wheel drive Toyota Sienna. This luxury minivan is defying expectations. With a large selection of Highlanders and Grand Highlanders, we have one that fits your needs. Don't miss out. Now $1,000 off any all-new 2025 Toyota Corolla. Spring has sprung, so come get your deal done at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Back here at Larry Allen Field. Who's that from?
Sean Gates.
Okay.
Back here at
Brian and Macho Bob here. It's 5-0 PHS.
And, yeah, we were just informed that the pitcher and catcher are allowed to wear earpieces, and that's how they call their pitches now. So they say. 5-run lead for the Big Reds, bottom 3.
Wilson, Dennis, and Davis, the 3 Big Reds slated to come up next here. We'll see JoJo Wilson, who walked, and she tried to turn that walk into a 2-base walk as she rounded first when she walked and tried to get second but was caught.
She did, and Jaden Bishop there, the Capital catcher, made her pay.
Faithy Hall delivers. It is a first pitch swing, ground to second, and 1 away, 1 pitch, 1 out.
And a nice little play there by the second baseman. That ball was sharply hit. She didn't field it clean. She took her time. She picked it up barehanded. She made the throw to first. 1 out here in the bottom of third.
Reese Laverne. So that'll bring up Gabby Dennis. She singled home a run back in the first. Faithy Hall winds and fires, misses high for ball 1. Here in the bottom of the third, Big Reds lead 5-0, have led the whole way, have put at least 1 run across in each of the first 2 innings. That one called strike 1.
On a blustery.
Now I think you're trying to work it in.
On a blustery day.
A day when I should have worn gloves, but here I am. That one ripped back up the middle, and that is going to be a base hit for Gabby Dennis.
Boy, that ball was ripped. The pitcher had
trying for second.
The pitcher had a shot at it. The shortstop had a shot at it, and she just threaded the needle, sharply hit ball into center field. Made a big, aggressive turn around first base. Well played by the center fielder to get it back in and hold that runner at first base.
Designated player Sydney Davis will stand in now. She singled back in the first inning.
Well struck by Gabby Dennis. That's got to make up for that error at second base there. She's got to be feeling. She probably already forgot about that error now. Yeah.
That one will miss for ball 1.
Boy, and the wind is really whipping right now.
It's brutal. It cut you in half, man. That one dribbled down to third. They try for the force at second, and they will call out at second.
Wow, that was a very close play, Brian. Man, that ball, I don't know. It was so low, I don't know how she hit it. It must have come off the very end of the bat. Good play by the third baseman there to make a good, quick decision and go to second base.
I didn't think that was the play to make. I'd have gone to first with it, but she did get it to second, and they get the force at second, get the lead runner, so that's 2 outs.
And lucky for us, they don't have a challenge button here because that was a close play. Called out by Bob Carr, though. I'd never question him. He's one of the best.
Camilla Cooper will take ball 1.
So Sydney Davis takes Gabby Dennis' place at first base. We've got one out here.
Cooper grounded out her first time up back in the first. And she will quickly run the count to 2-0. Faithy Hall out there for Capital, doing a yeoman's job. She has struggled, but she keeps firing strikes in there.
And again, you said she's a sophomore. Is that correct, Brian?
Yep.
Good young
and
ball.
just as I say that, she right down the pipe for called strike one.
Good-looking young ball player here, not only on the mound, but, boy, she can swing the bat, too.
Cougars 1-3 on the young season. PHS still looking for their first win at 0-2, as Hall will run that count to 3-1 to the opposing pitcher, Cooper.
And this game could mean something down the stretch, being that these two teams are in the same conference.
Yep.
So
probably sections, regions, whatever they do now. I don't know how much of it they've changed. That one ripped into right, foul. Sydney Davis stands at first for the Big Reds, aboard on a fielder's choice. Holy cow, that's wind that you're hearing. That one down the first base line, right to the first baseman, steps on the bag and will bring the inning to a close. Big Reds, no runs across and one left on base. They lead 5-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. Yep, you're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
I loved my education. It was wonderful, but there's nothing like being at the table. There's nothing like putting that set of plans together, learning from the people around you who've been doing it, and being immersed in actually seeing a product come to life. And never really treated like an intern. I was treated as a part of the team, and I fell in love with it.
Explore your future with the firm of First Choice at thethrashergroup.com.
Have I mentioned that it's windy out here? Blustery, some would say blustery.
It is blustery. That United States flag is blowing from third base to first base, and it is stiff.
Wrinkle-free.
Wrinkle-free flag tonight.
Top of the fourth, Big Reds lead 5-0. Lovern, Clark, and Crowder, the Cougars, do up here in the top of the fourth.
And Camilla Cooper here maintaining this shutout. Boy, she's really been dealing. She's got to have 6 or 7 strikeouts by now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's done a good job. She's walked a few batters. She's given the Capital Cougars the opportunity to get some base runners, but then she has shut them down. And here we go, top 4, Big Reds up 5-0.
This is Reese Lovern. She struck out back in the second inning to lead off the second. Good shot of there, standing in there to face Cooper. That one catches the outside corner for strike one.
Look, little outside. Good frame job there by the catcher there. She grabbed that one and pulled her back in there, and John Gearhart said, yes, ma'am, that's a strike.
It's all about framing it. That one put into play and into right, and that's going to be a base hit. Leadoff single for Lovern.
And I'll tell you, I think that's only the second base hit for Capital tonight. So
it is the third.
Third base hit for Capital tonight. Good start now. Down 5-0. That's what you need to get back in this ball game over halfway through. And here comes the lefty,
Liza Clark.
Liza Clark.
How do you eat an elephant, Macho Bob? One bite at a time. That's how you do it, buddy. Clark, grounder to short. Trying to turn the double play. They get one, but that will be it. So the lead runner is caught by Kendall Kimes at second.
Well played there, clean by the shortstop. Good quick turn there by the second baseman. But, boy, it's tough to turn double plays in this softball game because the shorter bases, these athletes run really well. Excellent defensive effort there by the shortstop.
Katie Crowder will take ball 1.
Kendall Kimes, the shortstop.
Is that what I said?
Coach's son, Kendall Kimes.
Daughter,
coach's son.
I'm sure you won't hear from Matt about that at all.
He might suit her up and put her at quarterback next year, though. You never know.
So are you the new head coach at South yet, or what?
No, I'm the new basketball coach in
Oh,
Morgantown.
WVU, that's right. I forgot. I saw that on Facebook. That one put in play towards second. They'll try and turn 2 again. Got the runner at second, but can't turn it. So back-to-back fielder's choice plays
And
by the Big Red defense.
That's got to feel good there for Gabby Dennis, who had the error early in the game.
We're going to call safe at second.
Oh, wow. Maybe.
I thought they called out at second.
She's got to be out.
Yeah,
she's out. She was trying to hang out there and make everybody second-guess herself. But as I was saying, that's got to feel good for Gabby Dennis, who this is her first time playing second base.
Yeah.
Had the error earlier, made a very nice turn there, a good sharp throw to the shortstop, and had the opportunity for the double play. But that's got to get her spirits higher, and she's got to be feeling good about herself.
Carolyn Slater in there swinging at first pitch for strike 1, 2 away here in the top of the 4th.
And Big Red's doing a good job here in this inning. Despite the base runners, they've cut down 2 lead runners in a row. Keep Capital Cougars on first base.
And again, I'm surprised on that when they went to second. I would have thought first was the safer play, but they're going for the lead runner every time. No balls and 2 strikes to Carolyn Slater, who struck out back in the second.
Boy, Camilla Cooper leaned on that one, and she fired that thing in there. Another throw down to first base, nothing doing.
Fry trying to catch Crowder off of first. Bryn Fry has shown that she is more than willing to rip that ball down to first.
But she's got a good arm, too.
No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here. That is going to be grounded towards third. The play is over to first. And the inning is over. Cougars leave 1 on the base pass. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 5-0 PHS. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over today? You drove right past JR's Donut Castle and did not stop. You should go in and get some pastries and some donuts and maybe a pepperoni roll or something.
Your donut.
What? No, I'm not.
You're clearly a donut.
Nope, not a donut. Thank you for your cooperation. You have a good day.
What just happened?
Slam into spring with the smackdown of savings at Go-Mart. Are you ready? Now through the end of April, Slim Jim and C4 are pairing up as the ultimate tag team to deliver bonus rewards points. Each purchase of a specially marked item earns you a Powerbomb token. Collect all 5 tokens to be named the heavyweight champion and score 2,500 bonus reward points. So step into the ring and lay the smackdown on savings. Download the Go-Mart app and start earning today.
Wind continues to blow here in the bottom of the 4th with PHS leading 5-0.
I think it just picked up, Brian. It just doubled up.
It
on
probably
us right
did. Back to the top of the order again for the Big Reds. And catcher Bryn Fry. Fry has tripled and flied out today. Faithy Hall, the sophomore pitcher for Capital, still in the circle and deals ball 1.
Boy, you see both of these pitchers spending a lot of time off the outside of the plate to the right-handed batters, and that's simply due to this wind is just whipping across the field and pushing that ball off the plate.
That one right down the pipe for strike 1.
Well placed there by Faithy Hall.
Fry led this game off with a triple and ended up being the first run across for the Big Reds back in the first inning.
And boy, Faithy Hall's really reeled him in here and kept him subdued after those first 4 runs, only 1 run since then. And she's been doing a good job keeping these Big Reds at bay. Looks like a little shoe tying action going on out there.
What's shoe tying action? Is that what you're going to call that? Is shoe tying action? 1-1 to Fry. That one lifted to center, hit it
That's
for the wall,
gone!
and it's out!
I thought I was going to get to make a catch,
That's
Brian.
a souvenir for you, buddy, as it rolls into a puddle as Bryn Fry hits a home run to dead center for the Big Reds.
That ball was smoked, Brian. And that's got to feel good for Bryn Fry. Man, I'll tell you, she's not a big girl, but, boy, she squared that one up, didn't she?
Yeah, crushed it. Straightaway center right over our camera, and there was no doubt about that when it left a divot out here in the parking lot.
Hey, and for the first time all day, I was looking at this monitor instead of looking at the field. I could have made that catch.
You could have. You'd have probably taken your headset cord and just ripped everything off the table with you. But
what a stroke there by Bryn Fry.
6-0 Big Reds. And Addie Cameron will lean in. That one high for ball one.
And boy, she really hit that ball hard because it cut
had to go
straight
against
through
the
the
wind. Yep.
That ball was a no doubter.
Fouled straight back.
And you see Addie Cameron, when she fouls them straight back, you know she's on it.
Cameron, an RBI single in the first, and then reached on an error in the second. See what she can do here on her third time at bat. That one pulled into short left. Charging on the ball is Carolyn Slater, and she makes the catch for the out.
Yeah, well played there because off the bat, it seemed like that ball was hit really hard, but had a lot of backspin on it. It went really high, just into short left field, and number 16, the left fielder, made a good charging effort there to corral that ball.
We'll see first baseman Krista Durkin in there, doubled and singled home a run back in the second. Looking to go 3 for 3 here. First pitch swinging, that one's headed towards left. That one, a nice catch, and falling to the ground is Slater. And Slater with back-to-back catches.
Yeah, she did hold on to that ball. I was trying to get up there to see if it came out, but boy, that was an excellent catch right there, ranging far to her left towards center field, and made kind of not a diving catch.
She kind of lost her feet as she went for it.
And held on to it. Excellent play by number 16. Carolyn Slater. Let's give her a name, Carolyn Slater.
So left fielder Shelby Mercer stands in. She doubled home 2 runs in the first, flied out in the second for the Big Reds. Now with 2 outs, she will dribble that one back to the pitcher. Hall to first, low throw. And Mercer is going to be on an error.
Yeah, tough break there for the Capital Cougars. That ball just far enough away from the catcher and just far enough away from the pitcher. Neither one of them could get there and make an accurate throw. The pitcher got there, made a low throw to first. And who was that to hit that ball, Brian?
Shelby Mercer.
Shelby Mercer.
So Kendall Kimes will stand in. Kendall has popped out and struck out today for the Big Reds. This one grounded to third. Across the diamond is in time, and the Cougars get out number 3. But a leadoff home run, or excuse me, it was a leadoff home run for Bryn Fry. Makes it 6-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
Spring forward into a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Refresh your ride this season with one of our newly redesigned luxury SUVs. Here we have the 2025 Terrain Elevation and the 2025 Denali Acadia. Each are equipped with top-tier technology and a ton of storage. Now, huge discounts on all our 2024 models. Dan Cava, GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. PHS has led the whole way. Now with now featuring a home run in the highlights. So we'll be at the bottom of the order. Taylor Johnson, third baseman, will lead things off for Capital here in the top of the 5th. Johnson has struck out her only time up so far today. Camila Cooper, the pitch. I got a green light here. You have no light in there?
It does appear that we are experiencing a little technical difficulty, but we are back online. We are back online. She has run the count to
3-2.
3-2.
Taylor Johnson. Oh, is going to take that one for
and
strike
you
three.
See Camilla Cooper with the big hop, and she fires it in there for strike three. Taylor Johnson goes down looking.
Strikeout number 7 for Camilla Cooper. We'll go back to the top of the order. And pitcher Faithy Hall. She has walked and reached on an error.
And again, credit to Miss Faithy Hall out there doing a great job on the mound and getting up here to the plate and see if she can contribute to the offensive effort.
Ripped down to first, but snagged out of the air by Krista Durkin for the out.
Big stab. And both of these first basemen for these teams, both of them very tall young ladies, and she needed every inch of that. She didn't jump very high, but boy, at the top of her reach, she snared that ball for out number 2.
That one had some smoke on it, too.
That ball had some heat on it.
So here's catcher Jaden Bishop. She has popped out and singled. Trying to get something going for Capital here in the top of the 5th. She will take ball 1.
Looked like the pitcher there, Camilla Cooper, didn't agree with that call. She thought that one was in there.
Misses high for ball 2.
And again, Brian, let us give credit to these guys who tended this field today and made this happen for us so we could stand out here in the wind for an hour.
Freeze to death. Yep, it's great. Good job. Cooper misses again. It's 3-0 to Bishop.
Jaden Bishop here, the catcher, trying to work herself a walk and get on base here.
For as well as Cooper has pitched, she has not gotten the Cougars in order. She has allowed 4 batters, but not 3 in an inning.
There's a
bounce there with strike 1. So trying to get the Cougars in order here.
And she's done this a few times, Camilla Cooper. She's gone down in the count 3-0, 2-0, 3-0, and she reels the batter back in and gives herself a chance, and she's done that again.
In play, Kimes up with it across the diamond, and out number 3, and the Cougars go in order.
And they very well may put her at quarterback next year. That was a hose right there.
3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the home half of the 5th with Parkersburg leading Capital 6-0. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
For every age and every stage of care, WVU Medicine Camden Clark is here to take care of your kids. Our board-certified pediatricians are now accepting new patients. From newborns and toddlers to teenagers, we've got your family covered. Plus, when sick days appear, our pediatric rapid care in South Parkersburg is open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And with my WVU chart, you can manage their care from the palm of your hand. WVU Medicine Camden Clark Pediatrics. Here when you need us most.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. there's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Six innings.
Bottom 5 for the Big Reds as they lead 6-0 here at the Worthington Ball Fields, Larry Allen softball field. The home opener for the Big Reds, trying to get their first win of the season as they stand at 0-2 on the season. Capital 1-3 thus far in the 2025 season. Brian Guthrie, Bobby Roberts, happy to have you along for the ride at the beginning of our spring schedule. And we've got 5 games for you scheduled this spring. We're going to have 3 softball games and 2 baseball games. We'll be back here in, I believe, around the 10th for the PHS South softball game. We'll see PHS and South play baseball at City Park, Marietta and PHS baseball at City Park, and then Charleston Catholic and Williamstown softball. Yep. We'll have that for you in Williamstown. So that's our spring schedule here, so glad to have you along for the ride. First pitch swinging.
Well, and I tell you, Brian, I'm looking forward to seeing that newly revamped baseball field over there.
It looks nice. It looks nice. We did a couple games there last year, and it looks really nice. JoJo Wilson stands in there to lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Big Reds here. She walked and was caught stealing and grounded out her first 2 times up.
And Faithy Hall just continues the deal here. You know, your team's not out of the ball game by any stretch of the imagination. See if she can keep the Big Reds in check here.
Just missed with that one.
Keep this lead within striking distance.
2 balls and 1 strike here to JoJo Wilson. That one lined right up the middle, and Bobby, we've seen these PHS batters all night. Right up the middle, right back. They've timed this pitcher up really well.
And I'll tell you what, man, that's where you want to hit the ball. You hit the ball up the middle. 8 out of 10 times you're getting a base hit unless the pitcher gets a glove on it, or maybe an infielder's playing up the middle a little bit, but in any bat and ball sport, if you can hit it up the middle, you're going to hit for a very high average.
Gabby Dennis is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, and she'll stand in there with a runner at first.
And the thing we're seeing here from these Big Reds, Brian, you're getting production from all over the lineup.
Everybody's,
it's just not the meat of the order. Everybody's contributing here.
Swinging the bat well tonight are the Big Reds. 0-1 pitch to Gabby Dennis.
And speaking of swinging it well, they out-hit Hurricane in that ball game. They had more hits than Hurricane and ended up losing the ball game. So just a bit outside.
2-1 here to JoJo Wilson. JoJo went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs against George Washington back on the 22nd in that 6-5 loss.
That's the ball game I was talking about. They out-hit
George Washington.
Yes, I do apologize. I messed that up.
That one lined to second, caught. They tried to double off Wilson at first, but nothing doing there. But Gabby Dennis lines out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, hard hit ball, but nicely played there by Reese Laverne and nearly pulled off the double play there.
Designated player Sydney Davis singled and reached on a fielder's choice. 1 on and 1 away here in the 5th. That one high.
High and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
Davis fouls that one straight back. 1-1.
Sydney Davis here, designated player. That means the player hits, does not play field.
Annie Lowe is the flex player who is not hitting for the Big Reds.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 of those.
Well, that's Sydney Davis is basically the designated hitter for Annie Lowe.
Oh, she hits for the pitcher.
No, the pitcher bats.
Okay.
So yeah,
she's hitting for Annie Lowe. Yes. I get you. Okay, that's new to me. So they like Annie Lowe's defense and they like Sydney Davis's bat.
That one misses. It's 2-2, I believe, or 1-2, one or the other. Check swing there and into the fence.
Yep, I think she just reached out there and tried to get a little bit of lumber on that one. It was not in the zone, but it was a little bit too close to take, and she reached out there and poked it into the fence.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Sydney Davis. Swing and a miss, and she will go down. Only the 2nd strikeout for Faithy Hall today. But now 2 away in the Big Red 5th, and that'll bring up pitcher Camilla Cooper. She has grounded out twice today.
See if she can help her cause here and stretch this lead out a little bit. Runner at first.
Big
Swing
cut. And nothing there.
Just a craziest off-topic question here. Why do softball players not wear hats?
You don't have to. Sometimes they'll wear visors. But
I got you.
Usually hats aren't built for heads that have lots of hair on them.
I got you. Well, they used to make the snapbacks where you could put the ponytail through the back of it. That's what I got to wear now.
Some girls will do that.
All right. She's
my
down.
niece plays softball. I think she wears a visor.
Camilla Cooper here down 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And ripped towards second
in
base.
right field. Rounding second and headed for third is JoJo Wilson. And runners at the corners for the Big Reds here with 2 outs.
That ball was sharply hit. Reese Laverne had very little opportunity to get a glove down on that one. Well placed by the pitcher, Camilla Cooper. And now we're going to see a
pinch runner. So who's the pinch runner headed for first?
I did not get a number on that, Brian.
17.
Number 17, that's going to be Faithlin Butcher.
So Faithlin Butcher is the pinch runner at first.
And JoJo Wilson at third.
And Bryn Fry, who homered her last time up, stands in there with runners on the corners and 2 outs here in the 5th.
And boy, she got good wood on that one.
So I would imagine Faithy Hall is not going to give her anything to hit here. But you don't want to load the bases if you don't have to. That wild pitch will get away.
Faithlin Butcher.
I think that would be a pass ball because it hit the glove. Depends on how you want to score it.
Yep. Faithlin Butcher takes second base there on the pass ball or wild pitch, whichever way you want to score it. She started to trot back to first as if the ball was fouled away, and the coaches kind of reminded her to stay put.
So the Capitol coach has a question for umpire Bob Carr. And they'll come out and now we'll have a little discussion with the umpires. I think they might be trying to figure out if it was foul tipped or if it was a pass ball.
And a little shout out here to my friend Jason Roberts, who used to coach for Parkersburg High School. He just sent me a little notice here to remind me the rules of the DP and the flex player, the designated player.
Well, they're going to call somebody out here for something. The Capitol coach appealed to the umpires. They called a 3rd out. So that's it for the Big Red 5th.
And we are left out here in the cold.
One more chance for the Cougars here, top of the 6th coming up next. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
For every age and every stage of care, WVU Medicine Camden Clark is here to take care of your kids. Our board-certified pediatricians are now accepting new patients. From newborns and toddlers to teenagers, we've got your family covered. Plus, when sick days appear, our pediatric rapid care in South Parkersburg is open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And with my WVU chart, you can manage their care from the palm of your hand. WVU Medicine Camden Clark Pediatrics. Here when you need us most.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Top of the 6th here with the Big Reds leading 6-0. It looks like we're going to have some substitutions maybe for the Big Reds. Looks like Annie Lowe is headed off, and we'll have another right fielder here, but she's got a jacket on, and I can't see who it is.
Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound, Brian.
We do, 25.
Addie Cameron, the coach's daughter, come in here and try to close this thing out. And I just sent a message out to my buddy Jason Roberts to see if he can tell us. He was watching the broadcast there and see if he can figure out why that runner was called out at second base. And he says not sure about that. Neither are we, Jason.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. Thanks for paying attention. We're glad you're watching. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to everyone out there who tunes in on CAS 45, the CAS Facebook page, and the CAS Media YouTube channel.
And we got some folks also watching via Metro News TV.
All right.
So thank you to Metro News for adding us to their
and I'll tell you, Brian,
lineup.
Given the conditions out here, we got a good crowd. We've got a good crowd over here on the Parkersburg side. Capitals brought some fans with them.
So Kendall Kimes now in center. Bryn Fry looks like she's at short. JoJo's at third. Shelby Mercer is in left. We have a new right fielder.
Right fielder's wearing a jacket. We don't know.
Addie Cameron is pitching. So we've got a new pitcher, new catcher. Again, that's the downside of early season softball and baseball is that they'll just wear a jacket. Right. You can't see their number at all.
And as we go through the season, we'll get more familiar with the rosters and the lineups and figure things out. We got the shortstop out here doing a little dance. I don't know.
Ella Sadowski will lead things off for the Cougars. She doubled in the first.
And I'll tell you what, we're in the meat of the lineup here for the Capital Cougars.
She swung the bat well today. Had a sacrifice back in the third. So she's putting the bat on the ball.
And she's also made a couple fine plays over at first base. She's used her height to corral a couple balls and has been a formidable player over there for the Capital Cougars. Although they are down 6-0, they do have one last chance to get back in this.
And coaches and bookkeepers are all trying to get the substitution square here.
They must not know how cold my feet are.
Why are you not taking Macho Bob into consideration here? Jiminy Christmas. Don't you realize that you're locally famous?
I'm trying hard, my man. I'm trying hard.
You've had quite the season here, the school year here with us at CAS 45.
I have, and boy, I really do appreciate
the opportunity. Great wrestling matches.
I appreciate the opportunity. There's nothing I'd rather do, man, to stand here beside you, no matter the weather, no matter the conditions, and call these sports, make the athletes look good, and have my own little fun out
I'll tell you what, calling a high school football game inside an enclosed, heated press box at Marietta College,
that was awesome.
Way better.
That was awesome. My favorite thing we've done, Brian, though, I'll tell you this, was that Pee Wee wrestling match.
Oh, the junior wrestling there?
That was the most action-packed. I probably just sat there and watched most of the time. I didn't even know what to say.
Addie Cameron, the new pitcher, will deliver strike one to Ella Sadowski here in the Cougar sixth.
Good start there by Addie Cameron, keeping that ball the knees down. That's where you want to be. Show him this one quickly. And there's another one. Well, she is dialed right now. This inning's not going to last long if she can continue to fire them in there like that.
0-2 to Sadowski here. That one grounded to third. Wilson across the diamond. Out number one.
Well played. That ball just hugged the ground, no hop to it at all. Scooped up cleanly, fired to first base. One out for the Big Reds, trying to close out this shutout victory.
Trying to see if it's still Durkin at first. It is Durkin at first. Looks like Sydney Davis, I think, is at second now.
And that was JoJo Wilson with the play at third base.
Maya Robinson, the center fielder, stands in there now. She has struck out twice today.
Boy, Addie Cameron is all over the strike zone right now.
Camilla Cooper will close the book on her with 7 strikeouts and 2 walks.
Fine performance
No
there.
runs scored.
Very fine performance from the girl. That she hops off the mound, doesn't she? And she hops up and she brings it.
Quickly 0-2.
Addie Cameron
to
coming
Robinson.
out 5 straight strikes. Six straight strikes. Punches her out.
Oh, my. And Amaya Robinson takes the unfortunate golden sombrero, 0 for 3 and 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for her, and she had a tough day out here in the outfield as well. So she'll be excited to get back to Charleston and reboot and go again tomorrow.
Last chance for the Cougars here is Reese Lovern. And finally, a ball thrown by Cameron.
And it didn't miss by much, though, Brian.
That one slapped towards third. Wilson up with it across.
Well
and out. Dug out of the ground by Durkin. And that is going to do it.
Big-time shutout victory here for the Big Reds. Nicely played there by JoJo Wilson at third base. Charged the ball, picked it up, made a nice throw to first, and an excellent job by the first baseman, Krista Durkin, to hold on to that ball because she had to stretch out and reach a little bit to beat that.
The Big Reds, why are we bringing out a batter? I thought that was it.
I thought so too. Maybe we playing 7 innings. Looks like they're coming out to play another one, Brian. We got some more work to do.
Apparently, we're going to clock in for some overtime here.
All right. I expect overtime pay.
You guys are getting paid? Neat.
Hazardous duty pay. I got frostbite on my toes out here.
It is still March. All right. Well, I thought that was going to be it.
They was rolling
at
up
the bottom of the 6th.
They was rolling up all the gear out here and rolling up cables. We was about to shut her down. We thought the game was over.
We can go ahead and go.
See, Coach just hit me up. Coach Jason Roberts said
7.
softball 7. And I, hey, Coach.
We could have used that a couple innings ago.
Hey, Coach Jason, I tried to tell him. I was trying to tell him that it was 7 innings.
So I'm what you call rusty. It has been a hot minute.
My partner over here trusted Google. Never trust Google.
I did trust the Googles. Googles told me 6.
And
we'll do 7.
I'm getting all kinds of messages over here, and we still can't figure out why that out was called at second base.
No.
So that's a phantom call, Sean Gates. I'm sorry. I know you're watching. I don't know what happened there.
But couldn't tell you.
I'll go down there and find out after the ball game, though.
Faithy Hall still in the circle for the Cougars. And leading Bryn Fry is going to be – okay, so apparently Bryn Fry was not out the last inning because she was hitting the last inning.
It was the runner at second they called out.
Yeah, must have been the runner at second they called out. So Fry is back in there with a fresh count now, 2-0.
Maybe she left early.
That's possible.
That's about the only thing I can really think of. And Bryn Fry with a good eye there.
Fry with a triple and a home run today and has watched the count go to 3-0.
There we got it coming in from Coach Jason Roberts. It says the base runner was
Hang
off
on,
the
Fry
base.
pops that one up and caught in the infield. A little bit of a collision between the Cougars, but caught in the infield for out number 1. Go ahead. Sorry.
The base runner was off the base when the pitcher had the ball. Outfield umpire called her out. So, yeah, she was off the base when she should have had her foot on the base. Thank you very much, Jason Roberts, for paying attention and helping us out over here. We're both rookies.
Yep.
And that's why you're the
I don't
coach.
know enough about softball.
But
That's I'm woefully ignorant about softball.
We are learning. Thank you very much for your help, Coach Jason Roberts.
Addie Cameron tries to bunt that one and will foul it off for strike 1.
And again,
if Mike Cameron were here, he would know that.
He would know everything.
I yield to Mike Cameron on his softball knowledge.
They brought in a JV squad tonight.
100%. Addie Cameron will foul that one away, quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the home 6th. Of course, we're going to play 7 innings. Just, I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, we just
played
figured that
7. Cameron will rip that one into left, and she will be aboard with a single.
Yeah, that was well struck right there by Addie Cameron. She ripped that one right into the gap between
I've got
shortstop
her.
and third base.
Well, she reached on a single, or reached on an error, so she's going to be like 2 for 3 today, I think.
And she's been striping it well. Addie Cameron, coach's daughter, showing us why she's in the lineup and doing the things she's doing. But she had an excellent inning on the mound last inning. She started out with 5 or 6 straight strikes and kept the Capital Cougars at bay. And she just got picked off at first. As I was talking her up and talking about all the things
Jaden Bishop, snap throw, catches her off the bag.
Yep, she stretched that lead out a little bit too much. Throw came down, and she did not get back in time. That's going to be the second out here for, and in the top, or I apologize, bottom of the 6th inning.
PHS coaches want to, they're tapping their head like there's a review. I don't know that there's a video review, is there? Now they're going to say she's still out there.
What was that all about?
All right. Challenged it and overturned. So still out there.
All right. Addie Cameron back to first base.
Durkin takes strike 2. Krista Durkin has doubled and singled home a run today.
And done a good job playing the position over at first base. You know, made a couple of plays over there. Some high throws come into first base. She used her length.
Slap towards third. They'll try and get the lead runner, and they do at second.
Good job there by the Capital Cougars to make that play to second base. Third
and
base.
Now they're going to challenge that one. Bob Carr will say no, out. So Cameron got a reprieve at first, but is going to be called out at second.
I think that when there's no camera video review, I think it's called an appeal. They can appeal to the other umpire and get his opinion.
Well, they're tapping their head like it's a video review.
Right.
So now 2 away.
And who do we got in here now?
Flying inside this. Let's see, that was Durkin.
Shelby Mercer. Shelby Mercer.
Shelby has doubled home a couple of runs, flied out, and reached on an error. And she will pop that one up, and Faithy Hill will take that, or Hall will take that one herself, and that will do it for the home half of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 7th, and now the last chance for Capital. Coming up next. You're watching high school softball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over today? You drove right past JR's Donut Castle and did not stop. You should go in and get some pastries and some donuts and maybe a pepperoni roll or something.
Your donut.
What? No, I'm not.
You're clearly a donut.
No, I'm not a donut. Thank you for your cooperation. You have a good day.
What just happened?
Slam into spring with the smackdown of savings at Go-Mart. Are you ready? Now through the end of April, Slim Jim and C4 are pairing up as the ultimate tag team to deliver bonus rewards points. Each purchase of a specially marked item earns you a Powerbomb token. Collect all 5 tokens to be named the heavyweight champion and score 2,500 bonus reward points. So step into the ring and lay the smackdown on savings. Download the Go-Mart app and start earning today.
Top of the 7th here for the Capital Cougars, trailing 6-0 to PHS. PHS putting 4 across in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the fourth.
It's been fairly uneventful since that big first inning for the Big Reds. Both pitchers performing exceedingly well. Camilla Cooper for the Big Reds shutting out the Capital Cougars to this point, and then coming into reliever, Addie Cameron last inning, continued that shutout, and here she comes in to try to close it out.
Can't see the number. I think this is Eliza Clark.
And yeah, you can see that the camera shows a lot brighter scene than what I'm seeing with my eyeballs out here right now. So.
2 balls and 1 strike here to, I believe that is Eliza Clark.
Yeah, I believe she was a lefty. Eliza Clark is one of the. I think they had 2 lefties in their lineup, but.
Yeah, I believe it is Clark, and she'll ground it over to Wilson. Wilson to Durkin at first for 1 away.
And JoJo Wilson showing some moxie over there at third base. That's her 3rd put out in the last 2 innings. Boy, she is playing the position well over there. She charges the ball when the ball comes off the bat. She charges aggressively. Good strong throw to first base, and 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
Katie Crowder steps in, swings at the first pitch. That one grounded to short. Tried to recover, but could not get it there in time.
Yep. Tough little short hop there. She knocked it down. She didn't field it cleanly the first time. Picked it up, made a strong throw, just not in time. Base runner for the Cougars.
That's Bryn Fry at short, replacing Kendall Kimes, who has moved out to center. So that'll bring up Carolyn Slater. Slater has struck out and grounded out today.
Another lefty for the Cougars.
Take that one high and tight for ball 1. Not a lot of base runners this afternoon for Capital. A couple of walks, a couple of singles, and I believe 1 error on the Big Reds. Other than that, it has been quiet on the base pass as that one is lifted towards second. Trying to get the double play, a little slow on the pickup was it, but they get the lead runner for out number 2.
And like you were saying, not many base runners for the Cougars, but they have had base runners. But when they do get base runners,
losing the lead runner.
The Big Reds are cutting them down at second, and that's what you want. That's what you want your defense to do.
Taylor Johnson has struck out twice this afternoon, and she is up with 2 out here in the 7th. Trying to keep this game alive for Capital.
And
big
again,
swing and a miss. And now they've caught the runner off of first, and that is going to be out number 3.
And that's going to do it.
Catching the runner off of first base is how – I'm not even going to say that the game ends, because now I'm going to say that that's how this game ends.
I'll tell you what, kudos there for Addie Cameron coming in late in the game to preserve this shutout. Once she came in, she was all over the strike zone. She didn't walk anyone. She kept the ball in the zone, and if they were either taking strikes or they were – putting it in play. You know, excellent job there by the coach's daughter to come in and close this thing out for the Big Reds' first victory of the year.
Big Reds now 1-2 on the season, winning their home opener. Capital falls to 1-4 on the 2025 campaign. We're back in action coming up on April 10th. We'll be back here at Larry Allen Field for the Crosstown Showdown, softball style, as the Big Reds will host the Parkersburg South Patriots. There you can see the whole schedule there. Then we'll do it baseball style at City Park later on in April. It's going to be a fun spring here at CAS 45. Make sure you go to cascable.com/CAS 45 and keep up with everything we're doing. That's Bobby Roberts. Thanks for braving the wind with me.
Player of the game, Bryn Fry with the big bomb. and a special shout out here to the Parkersburg High School Big Reds head coach, Erica Cameron, her very first victory as a Big Reds coach.
Congrats, Coach. 6-0 is your final for Bobby Roberts. I'm Brian Guthrie. Thanks for watching, everybody.
United we